To you, my fellow wisdom seekers, welcome once again to this place where we unravel the mysteries of life and uncover the secrets to mastery. Today we embark on a journey not merely of learning, but of transformation. A path that beckons you to seize control of your existence in ways you might never have thought possible. Because in truth, you are far more powerful than you dare to believe. You possess within you the ability to reshape your reality, to master yourself, and, ultimately, to control your life. But let me ask you this. What if I told you that the chaos, the uncertainty, and even the boredom you sometimes feel could all be brought to heel by a handful of habits? Simple routines that, when understood and fully adopted, have the power to grant you freedom from distractions, from wasted time, and from the tyranny of your own impulses. This is no ordinary list of habits. This is a manifesto for reclaiming your life. For centuries, philosophers have pondered what it means to live well. The Stoics, ancient sages of wisdom, spoke of self-control as the foundation of a meaningful existence. "He who conquers himself is the mightiest warrior," said Confucius, echoing the sentiment of Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius. The truth behind these words has not faded with time. If anything, it has become more vital in a world overflowing with distractions and empty pursuits. So, let's take a journey together. A journey through the 10 habits that will not just help you gain control of your life, but will demand it. These aren't mere suggestions. They are essential actions for any man who wishes to live not by chance, but by choice. It is time to become the master of your fate and the captain of your soul. Wisdom seekers, your support means everything. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't yet, and consider using the thank you feature to make a donation. Every like, subscribe, and donation helps us continue our mission of sharing knowledge. Ready to unlock more wisdom? Let's get started. Habit 1. The discipline of solitude. Solitude is not merely the absence of others. It is a profound practice, a discipline that requires you to confront the raw truths of your own mind. When was the last time you truly embraced the silence, shut off the noise of the world, and listened only to the quiet voice within you? If you can master the habit of solitude, you will find that it grants you an unshakable sense of calm, a fortress of stillness amid the chaos of life. Epictetus once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Solitude gives you that freedom. In the quiet, there's a stark honesty that strips away all pretense. There are no social masks to wear, no roles to perform, just the bare essence of who you are and who you can become. When you dedicate time each day to being truly alone, not with your phone, not with your work, not with entertainment, but just with yourself, you begin to cultivate a deep internal strength. The power of solitude goes beyond mere introspection. It is an opportunity to sharpen your thoughts, to clarify your desires, and to face the fears that otherwise lurk in the shadows of a busy life. It is in these moments that you learn to trust yourself, to believe in your judgments, and to understand the deeper currents that guide your life. When you can find contentment in your own company, you transcend the need for constant validation from others. You become self-sufficient, grounded in your own truth. Make solitude a daily ritual. Use it as a time to reflect, to journal, or simply to think deeply without distraction. In doing so, you'll find that the outside world loses its power to disturb you, because you have found a place of peace within that is untouchable. The world may rage around you, but you remain unshaken, grounded in a stillness that only solitude can grant. Solitude is not about escaping from the world. It's about returning to your authentic self and engaging with life from a position of strength. It is in this sanctuary that ideas are born, wisdom is cultivated, and resilience is forged. Remember that even the greatest thinkers, from Seneca to Nietzsche, found their greatest insights in moments of deep solitude. The practice will give you a perspective that transcends the mundane, offering a clarity that makes the confusion of everyday life seem insignificant. Embrace solitude not as an escape, but as a return to your true self. You'll discover that it isn't about being alone. It's about being with yourself in the truest sense. And once you have mastered this, you will find that no circumstance, no challenge, and no person can control you. For you have found your center, and that center is unassailable. Habit 2. The habit of deliberate practice. It is not enough to simply work hard. Hard work without direction is merely effort expended without purpose. True mastery, true control over your life, comes from deliberate practice. That is, practicing with intention, with a focus on improvement, and with the willingness to push beyond your comfort zone. The philosopher Aristotle once said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Deliberate practice embodies this principle. It is not about doing something for the sake of doing it. It is about identifying your weaknesses and purposefully working to overcome them. This requires humility, for you must first acknowledge where you fall short and then push yourself to grow in that area. Imagine a sculptor chiseling away at a block of marble. Each stroke is intentional, each movement calculated, and over time, a masterpiece emerges. Deliberate practice is much the same. You are sculpting yourself, your skills, and your character. It's about breaking down the process of improvement into manageable steps, measuring your progress, and adjusting your efforts based on what works and what doesn't. It's about having the courage to fail repeatedly, knowing that each failure brings you one step closer to mastery. The Stoics spoke of the concept of praxis, or the application of theory to practice, as the highest form of learning. It is not enough to understand what needs to be done. You must also have the discipline to carry it out, day after day, until it becomes second nature. In the pursuit of excellence, your standards must always rise faster than your achievements. Deliberate practice is about maintaining a sense of dissatisfaction with your current level, using it as fuel for growth. Create routines around your practice, ensuring that you are always working on the areas that will yield the highest returns. Make your practice challenging enough to push your limits, but structured enough to be sustainable. Whether it's in your career, your relationships, or your personal development, approach every aspect of your life as an opportunity for deliberate improvement. The world rewards those who consistently refine their craft, not merely those who show up and put in time. Master this habit, and you will no longer be at the mercy of circumstances. You will have the tools to shape your destiny because you have forged yourself through deliberate, unyielding effort. As you progress, you will find that control over your life is not given. It is earned through the relentless pursuit of betterment. Habit 3. The power of saying no. If you do not learn to say no, your life will be dictated by the demands and desires of others. This habit, more than many realize, is the cornerstone of true autonomy. Saying no is not about being dismissive or selfish. It is about recognizing the limits of your time, energy, and attention. It is about choosing what matters most to you and protecting it with an unwavering commitment. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live." One of the greatest barriers to living authentically is the inability to refuse what doesn't serve you. By saying yes to everything, you dilute your focus and scatter your efforts, leaving little room for what truly matters. Saying no, then, becomes a way to say yes to yourself, to your values, your priorities, and your aspirations. Learning to say no means learning to deal with the discomfort that comes with disappointing others. It means risking rejection, facing criticism, and enduring the unease of not being liked by everyone. But this is the price of living a life on your own terms. When you say no to trivialities, you create space for significance. When you refuse distractions, you can embrace your purpose with clarity and commitment. Saying no does not mean being inflexible. It means being intentional. It is not a rejection of people, but a choice to focus your limited resources on the things that truly matter. Every time you say no to something that doesn't align with your goals, you reinforce your own values. You train your mind to recognize the difference between what is urgent and what is important, and in doing so, you free yourself from the tyranny of the trivial. To say no effectively, you must first have a clear understanding of your own priorities. Define what is truly essential in your life, and let these priorities guide your decisions. With practice, saying no becomes not an act of defiance, but an affirmation of your commitment to living meaningfully. It is a reminder to yourself and to the world that your time is not something to be squandered, but to be valued and invested wisely. Cultivate the power to say no, and you will find that your life begins to align more closely with your true desires. The chaos and noise of the outside world will diminish, leaving room for the things that fill you with purpose and fulfillment. You will no longer be swayed by the opinions of others or the pull of distractions. You will be at last in control. Habit 4. The ritual of early rising. Waking up early is more than just a habit. It is a declaration to the universe that you are ready to take control of your day rather than being at its mercy. There is a power in those early hours that few people understand. The world is quiet, the distractions are minimal, and there is a sense of stillness that allows you to set your intentions clearly before the chaos of the day begins. The philosopher Seneca spoke of the importance of starting each day with a sense of purpose. For how we spend our mornings shapes our entire day. When you wake up early, you carve out time to prepare yourself mentally, physically, and emotionally. This time is sacred. It is a buffer that protects you from being rushed, reactive, or overwhelmed. It is the space in which you lay the foundation for your day. Imagine the early hours as a canvas. If you wait until later to begin your work, you may find that the canvas is already marred by the strokes of others. Urgent emails, unexpected tasks, demands for your attention. But if you begin early, the canvas is blank and yours to fill as you see fit. The first light of dawn brings with it clarity and the chance to establish your priorities before distractions take over. Early rising is not just about getting out of bed. It is about creating a morning ritual that prepares you for greatness. This can take many forms: meditation, journaling, exercise, or simply sitting in quiet contemplation. The key is to engage in activities that nourish your mind and body, setting a positive tone for the day ahead. The habit of rising early becomes a form of self-respect, a way of honoring your commitment to your own growth. In those quiet hours, you are reminded that you are not merely a passive observer of life, but an active participant with the power to shape your destiny. You gain control over how your day unfolds because you have already taken the time to prepare yourself for whatever challenges may arise. Each morning becomes an opportunity to refine your thoughts, to practice gratitude, and to approach life with a renewed sense of purpose. Do not underestimate the power of this habit. The great thinkers of history, Benjamin Franklin, Immanuel Kant, and even modern leaders, have all recognized the value of starting the day early. It is a practice that aligns you with the rhythms of nature, grounding you in a discipline that will carry through to other aspects of your life. The sun rises each day, and so must you, embracing the dawn as a chance to begin again. Master this ritual, and you will find that your life does not simply happen to you. It becomes something that you create, one morning at a time. The stillness of the early hours will become a source of strength, and the quiet moments will reveal insights that would otherwise be lost in the noise of a busy day. Habit 5. The art of reflective journaling. Journaling is not a mundane task of documenting the day's events. It is a practice that serves as a mirror to your soul, a dialogue between you and your deepest thoughts. When you take the time to write down your reflections, you are not just recording experiences, you are processing them, extracting wisdom, and sharpening your understanding of yourself and the world around you. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, was a devoted practitioner of journaling. His meditations, written not for the world but for himself, served as a means to confront his doubts, reaffirm his principles, and remind himself of what truly matters. The process of journaling forces you to slow down and engage with your thoughts in a way that mere thinking cannot achieve. It is an act of mental decluttering, a way to organize the chaos of the mind. To practice reflective journaling is to commit to a life of continuous learning. It is not just about writing down what you did, but about asking why you did it, how you felt, and what you learned. Reflect on your successes and your failures with equal curiosity, for both contain lessons. Record your thoughts about what you read, what you experienced, and even what you fear. These writings will become a map of your inner landscape, showing you where you have been and where you still need to go. Journaling is an act of courage. It requires you to be brutally honest with yourself, to confront uncomfortable truths and to put them down on paper. But in doing so, you gain clarity. Your struggles begin to seem less daunting when you see them written down, and your goals become more attainable when they are clearly defined. Reflective journaling is a practice of self-examination, a way of looking at your life from an objective standpoint. Make journaling a daily habit. Start with just a few lines if you must, but make it a ritual. Over time, you will notice patterns in your thoughts and behaviors that you may not have been aware of before. You will uncover recurring themes that can guide you towards a deeper understanding of your purpose and your path. As you write, you may even find that your mind begins to quiet, the act of putting thoughts on paper serving as a form of meditation. The habit of journaling not only grants you insight, but also serves as a record of your evolution. When you look back at past entries, you can see how far you have come, how your perspectives have shifted, and how your priorities have changed. It is a reminder that growth is not always linear, but it is always happening. The pages of your journal become a testament to your journey, a reflection of a life lived with intention. Habit 6. The practice of mindful eating. Eating is one of the most basic and necessary human activities, yet it is often treated as an afterthought in the rush of modern life. We eat while distracted, scrolling through our phones, watching television, or working on our laptops. In doing so, we disconnect from one of the most fundamental ways in which we interact with the world. The practice of mindful eating is about bringing awareness to what, why, and how we eat. The ancient Stoics believed in the principle of moderation, understanding that excess leads to indulgence and indulgence to weakness. Mindful eating embodies this principle by encouraging you to be present in the act of nourishing your body. When you take the time to truly taste your food, to savor each bite, you not only enhance the experience, but also develop a greater appreciation for the sustenance you receive. Mindful eating is not about restriction or strict dieting. It is about awareness. It is about asking yourself whether you are eating because you are hungry or because you are bored. It is about noticing how different foods make you feel and understanding the connection between what you consume and your energy levels, mood, and overall well-being. By paying attention to the signals your body sends you, you learn to eat in a way that supports your life rather than undermining it. The ritual of eating becomes a moment of mindfulness, a time to pause and connect with the present. By eating slowly, you allow your body time to register fullness, preventing overeating and promoting a sense of satisfaction. You begin to recognize the difference between physical hunger and emotional cravings, and in doing so, you reclaim control over your relationship with food. When you practice mindful eating, you also cultivate a sense of gratitude. The food on your plate is the result of countless efforts, from the farmers who grew it, to the workers who transported it, to the hands that prepared it. By acknowledging this, you transform a simple meal into a moment of appreciation, a reminder of the interconnectedness of life. Mindful eating extends beyond the act of eating itself. It also encompasses the choices you make in selecting what to eat, how much, and when. Make these decisions consciously, with the understanding that food is not merely a source of pleasure, but of life. As you develop this habit, you will find that eating becomes not just a necessity, but a practice that nourishes both body and mind. Habit 7. The discipline of consistent physical exercise. Physical exercise is more than a way to shape the body. It's a method of strengthening the mind, cultivating resilience, and fostering a deep sense of discipline. The Greek philosopher Plato believed in the harmony of body and soul and saw physical fitness as essential to mental clarity. For centuries, warriors, philosophers, and leaders have understood that to control one's body is to control one's life. When you commit to a regular exercise routine, you are engaging in a form of self-mastery. Exercise demands consistency, persistence, and often a willingness to push through discomfort. Each time you exercise, you confront your limitations and decide to move beyond them. You're not merely working on muscles, you're developing grit, building mental toughness, and reinforcing your commitment to self-improvement. In this way, exercise becomes a habit of resilience, teaching you to overcome obstacles and persist in the face of challenge. Consider the Stoic principle of voluntary discomfort. The idea that we grow through discomfort and should occasionally place ourselves in challenging situations to build strength. Exercise is a way to practice this principle. When you push your body to do more than it did yesterday, you cultivate an ability to face difficulty with courage. Whether it's running one more mile, lifting heavier weights, or enduring the burn of a workout, each act of physical exertion becomes an exercise in fortitude. Beyond the physical benefits, regular exercise has profound effects on the mind. Studies show that exercise releases endorphins, enhances focus, and reduces stress, all of which are vital to maintaining control over one's emotions and thoughts. When you exercise, you're not just building a strong body, you're building a resilient mind. The discipline you develop in this area permeates all aspects of life, making you more focused, more resilient, and more adaptable. To build this habit, choose a form of exercise that you can commit to consistently. It doesn't need to be extreme. What matters is consistency. Whether you prefer running, weightlifting, yoga, or even walking, the key is to make it a non-negotiable part of your routine. Over time, you'll notice that this habit extends beyond physical fitness. It becomes a metaphor for your life, a practice of pushing boundaries, breaking limits, and achieving growth. By honoring your body through regular exercise, you are declaring that you are worthy of care, strength, and vitality. This habit, though simple in practice, has the power to elevate your life in ways you may never have imagined. It is the foundation upon which all other efforts are built, for without a healthy body, even the strongest mind will eventually falter. Habit 8. The pursuit of lifelong learning. The habit of lifelong learning is the cornerstone of personal growth. In a world that is constantly evolving, the ability to learn and adapt is invaluable. The Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." This statement holds profound wisdom, for learning is not merely a pursuit of knowledge, it is a means of evolving, refining, and enhancing oneself. To be a lifelong learner is to cultivate curiosity, to approach each day with a beginner's mind, and to see the world as a vast source of wisdom. When you commit to learning, you are acknowledging that you do not have all the answers, and you are open to gaining new perspectives. This humility, this willingness to grow, keeps you adaptable, insightful, and capable of facing life's complexities with wisdom and strength. Learning can take many forms. You might read books that challenge your beliefs, attend lectures that expand your understanding, or engage in discussions that push you to think critically. It could be developing a new skill, exploring a new field, or even learning from the experiences of those around you. The key is to remain open and receptive, always seeking ways to broaden your knowledge and deepen your understanding. Knowledge, however, is not the end goal. The aim of lifelong learning is to transform knowledge into wisdom. It is to apply what you learn to enhance your life and the lives of those around you. When you read, ask yourself how the insights can be implemented in your daily life. When you learn a new skill, consider how it contributes to your personal or professional growth. In this way, learning becomes not just an accumulation of facts, but a journey of self-actualization. To make lifelong learning a habit, dedicate a specific time each day or week to reading, exploring new ideas, or practicing new skills. This could be as simple as reading for 20 minutes each morning, watching a documentary every weekend, or taking online courses in areas that interest you. The world is filled with knowledge, waiting to be discovered. It is up to you to seek it out. By embracing lifelong learning, you cultivate a mind that is open, agile, and wise. You remain young in spirit, adaptable to change, and resilient in the face of life's challenges. This habit will keep you grounded in the present while preparing you for the future, allowing you to navigate life with confidence, clarity, and curiosity. Habit 9. The commitment to financial responsibility. Money is a tool, yet many of us allow it to dictate our lives. Financial responsibility is not merely about accumulating wealth, it is about achieving independence, creating options, and living a life free from the constraints of debt and dependency. To take control of your life, you must take control of your finances. This is not a matter of luxury, it is a matter of freedom. The Stoics valued simplicity, advocating for a life free from the excesses that often bind us to material concerns. Financial responsibility is an extension of this principle. It is about learning to live within your means, to value experiences over possessions, and to build wealth not for status, but for security and peace of mind. When you manage your money well, you gain control over your time, your choices, and ultimately your life. The first step to financial responsibility is understanding the difference between needs and wants. Many people find themselves in financial hardship, not because they lack resources, but because they fail to distinguish between what is essential and what is extraneous. Cultivate a mindset of sufficiency, focusing on what truly brings value to your life. This may mean cutting back on unnecessary expenses, avoiding impulsive purchases, and making conscious financial decisions. Budgeting, saving, and investing are crucial practices in building financial stability. When you create a budget, you are setting limits, giving your money a purpose, and ensuring that your resources align with your priorities. Saving, even in small amounts, builds a cushion that protects you from unexpected challenges. Investing wisely allows your money to work for you, creating growth over time and enabling you to achieve long-term goals. Financial responsibility also means planning for the future. Set goals for yourself, whether it's owning a home, starting a business, or achieving financial independence. Let these goals guide your financial decisions, reminding you that each dollar saved, each expense avoided, is a step toward freedom. By making responsible choices, you free yourself from the anxiety of financial insecurity and the stress of debt. Mastering this habit is a form of self-respect. It is a declaration that you are capable of managing your life, that you do not need to rely on others for your well-being. Financial freedom gives you the power to make choices based on values, not limitations. It is a foundation upon which a life of purpose, independence, and fulfillment is built. Habit 10. The practice of gratitude. In a world that constantly urges us to strive for more, gratitude can feel like a radical act. Yet it is perhaps the most powerful habit of all. Gratitude shifts your perspective, reminding you that, regardless of your circumstances, there is always something to appreciate. It transforms what you have into enough, and it brings a sense of peace that few other habits can provide. The Stoics believed in the concept of amor fati, the love of fate. This philosophy teaches us to embrace whatever happens in life, to find joy not just in what we desire, but in what we already have. Gratitude is a manifestation of this belief. When you practice gratitude, you stop chasing the horizon of more and begin to see the abundance in the present moment. It is a grounding force, a reminder that happiness is not in the future, but in the now. Gratitude is not merely a feeling, it is an active practice. Begin each day by identifying 3 things you are thankful for, however small. They might be as simple as a warm cup of coffee, a kind word from a friend, or the beauty of a morning sunrise. By focusing on these small blessings, you train your mind to seek out the good, to recognize the positive, and to appreciate the ordinary moments that make life meaningful. The benefits of gratitude are profound. Studies have shown that gratitude improves mental health, reduces stress, and enhances relationships. When you are grateful, you become more resilient, more compassionate, and more at peace with yourself and the world around you. Gratitude changes the lens through which you view life, allowing you to see opportunities where others see obstacles. Make gratitude a daily habit, not just in moments of joy, but also in times of challenge. When faced with difficulty, ask yourself what lessons you might gain, what strength you might develop, or what perspective you might gain. This shift in mindset transforms adversity into growth and frustration into understanding. Gratitude is not about ignoring the difficulties of life. It is about acknowledging them with grace. In practicing gratitude, you cultivate a sense of fulfillment that transcends material wealth, external validation, or fleeting pleasures. You become grounded in the richness of the present moment, finding contentment not in what you achieve, but in what you already possess. Gratitude is the ultimate form of freedom, a habit that allows you to live fully, here and now. Conclusion: control over your life is not achieved through power, fame, or wealth, but through the mastery of habits that foster wisdom, resilience, and fulfillment. By embracing these 10 habits, you take charge of your mind, your actions, and ultimately, your destiny.